Welcome back to today's class, where we're going to be looking at study session 3, titled Computer Software. So the learning outcomes, as far as this study session is concerned, is to be able to recognize the various types of computer software, such as system software, application software. Also, to learn about the fundamental elements of software, such as input, processing, and output. Learn about the software development process, which includes planning, designing, coding, testing, and its maintenance. Discover the basics of software licensing and what is referred to as intellectual property. Understand also the significance of software security and how to avoid being vulnerable while using software. So as a way of introduction, computer software, just like the hardware we just mentioned earlier in the previous course, tends to control, computer operations and manages resources. So it includes system and application software, which are essential for executing tasks and facilitating various functions in computing systems, as we are going to see in more detail in the preceding sessions. So overview of computer software and its types. Just like we've mentioned earlier, computer software is nothing but a set of instructions, that tend to guide the computer to perform specific tasks or activities or even functions. So it can be divided into two main categories. We have the system software and then application software. The system software includes softwares like operating systems, device drivers, utilities, and utilities. So while application software includes programs like Microsoft Word, Adobe Photoshop, and MySQL. So the application software are those software that are designed towards, the users, to help the user in performing diverse tasks, while the system software designed towards controlling the hardware resources. Fundamental components of software. So computer software components can take in different forms. So the software development process involves input, processing, and then output. So in the input feature or component, input is the data entered into a program, thereby originating from user input or even from sensors. And then processing involves manipulating this data that comes from the input, uh, thereby involving calculations, data analysis, and then task execution. Output is the result of the software program. So you can see them in terms of in form of reports or visualizations, thereby providing the user with results of the processing. Operating system overview. So an operating system OS is a crucial program in a computer that controls the execution of various programs and applications. So is a system software that actually serves as an intermediary between the user and computer hardware. So thereby managing hardware usage, tasks, file system management, security, and user interface. So common operating systems include that of Microsoft Windows. We also have Unix. We also have the Mac operating system. And then for phone operating systems, so we have things like the Android. We also have the iPhone operating system and the likes. So and they can be single tasking or multiple tasking, and then we can have them in form of distributed, embedded, real time, or even library. So operating systems can be single tasking, just like we just mentioned, multitasking, single user, distributed, embedded, real-time, or even library. So by single tasking allows one program to run at a time, while multiple user tend to allow multiple users to access the computer simultaneously. So distributed OS uses multiple machines and hardware. For the embedded operating system, they are used in devices like washing machines, refrigerators, microwave ovens, and then several other gadgets. And for the real-time OS, is usually time sensitive, normally used in time sensitive environments. So the library services like then we also have the library OS that tend to provide services through libraries. OS components. So operating systems have a layered architecture with the kernel acting as the core, thereby interacting directly with computer hardware. So common components include the kernel, the application programming interface API, file system, user interface, system utilities, and device drivers. The kernel controls almost everything, while the API allows application to use OS functions. The file system organizes files, and then the interface allows management and control of the system. So summary of study session 3, we're able to look at that software is a collection of programs, data, instructions, that tell a computer what to do. Uh, we saw that it can be categorized into, system software, application software, and then in some cases you have the middleware. So basically, input, processing, and output are major components of software, and then OS is the most important software that manages and coordinates all other software in a computer system. So we also have cell assessment questions for study session 3. So the first question there is 3.1, which says identify 3 components of the OS kernel. So SAQ 3.2, what is embedded operating system? 3.3, differentiate between system software and application software.